Hello friends, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. My name is Alyssa, I'm 33 years old, and I'm here to budget my final YNAB budget of 2023. And this is a really exciting one because I officially hit $100,000 net worth. I am a 100,000aire, and I don't have anyone else to share this with besides you guys. I feel like that meme of the guy at the party who's like, no one here knows that I hit 100K net worth. So I just wanted to celebrate that moment with you. I didn't think that it would happen this year at all. I thought that that was a dream for next year, like middle of next year. But the markets did really well this year. And then I got a little bit bigger of a bonus than I was expecting. So that really helped push me over the edge. And I expect, maybe in January, the markets might not do as well. I might kind of just hover, in the high 99s or maybe just at $100,000. That's totally fine with me. But this was just such a cool, milestone to hit that just seemed so far away, even just earlier this year. So yeah, I just wanted to celebrate that with you guys. So let's go back to my budget. I have $3,750 to budget this week, which is insane. This is the most amount of money that I've ever had in a single week to budget out. So this is my normal weekly paycheck. I get paid weekly. And then I also have some side hustle income in here. I do pet sitting. And so I am actually watching my neighbor's dogs over Christmas. So that is $300 of that. And I got a $2,000 bonus from my job, which is also the biggest bonus that I've ever gotten. So I'm really excited about that. I was expecting at least $1,000 because last year I got $1,500. So I was hoping I would at least get that much, but I got $2,000 this year. So that was super exciting. And first of all, I also just want to thank everyone who watched and commented on my last video last week. I had a bit of a moment kind of venting about struggling to find the balance between financial responsibility and making necessary steps forward in my personal life. And I got a couple of really insightful comments that helped shift my perspective and just bring me back down to earth. And it actually sparked a couple of epiphanies that I had a couple days later that I would really like to share. It's making me excited about 2024 and moving out and not as anxious. So I will definitely get into that. But first of all, let's go ahead and cover the overspending that I have. I just have one category overspent, and that's for groceries because I did a last minute grocery ship last night. I was completely out of coffee beans and I needed coffee this morning, so I overspent by $12.47. Let's go ahead and fund that, and then I'm gonna give myself $30 for this next week. That should be comfortable. And then let's go ahead and give myself the $300 towards my next month fund. The goal is to get this to $2,500 for when I move out, because that's what I'm expecting my living expenses to be, about $2,500 give or take. So by the end of next month, because next month is a 5 paycheck month for me, I should be getting pretty close, or possibly February, but I'll definitely hit the $2,500 with doing my extra $300 a week there. So then I also do $500 a week towards my retirement right now, and $300 towards my taxes. So groceries are good. And I guess I'll go ahead and snooze that for the rest of the month, just so it's not yellow. And then let's go ahead and give myself the $20 I need for Taco Tuesday with my mom. And then I do $10 a week towards my supplements category. And this is just for creatine powder and protein powder because I do powerlifting and those supplements really help. They help me get big and strong. And I've been kind of thinking like, I had originally like taken this out. I used to just spend it under my groceries category, but then I was like, no, whenever I buy protein powder, it's so expensive now. It's like $70 for, I think I get a 5-pound bag from Costco. Maybe it's 10 pounds. I don't remember. I think it's 5 pounds, but so it's $60 at a time. And I never really give myself, I like to budget weekly for groceries and I give myself a pretty even amount weekly. So I thought I would build up for those supplements on the side so that when I spend, $60 all at once, it doesn't have to come out of my grocery category. But I'm kind of thinking that it maybe makes more sense just to combine it with my personal maintenance category. This is for things I like to spend a little bit more money on myself that definitely are not necessary, like makeup and like special expensive shampoo and skincare and then haircuts. So possibly in 2024, I'll combine those, but I guess I don't really need to do that right now. I just need to fund them. That should be good. I do have a therapy appointment coming up the first week of January. That's going to be $140. So I'll go ahead and fund that since I have all this extra cash. So that is all funded. All of my bills for this month are all funded. Travel fund. That's good. I mean, everything, I'm funded. So let me explain to you like some epiphanies that I had earlier this week. So after hitting 100K net worth, I was kind of like, so 76,000 of that is invested. And I was kind of thinking like, I have a lot of cash on hand. This is the most amount of cash I've ever had on hand. And I was kind of thinking like, what amount of cash would I be happy with before I just invest the rest? Like, I will never need this much cash on hand. I'm just like squirreling all of this away into my little savings targets, right? And a lot of this is my emergency fund and, a lot of it is long-term savings. So I was kind of thinking like, I think I want to start putting a little bit more into the market. And I was kind of looking at my savings categories, like if I could put any of these into the market long-term. And I'm looking at my medical deductible fund. So this is my emergency fund, by the way. It's not fun to have like emergency fund in the title. So this is what I name it. It makes me laugh. So that's what I name it. Anyway, I used to have $10,000 in here. And then last month or the month before, I can't remember, but I split it out into a medical deductible fund. And then I finished out like my car repair fund. And because those are the two biggest emergencies in my mind. And I've been kind of thinking recently, like, I don't need this. I actually did reach my medical deductible for 2023 and I didn't need cash on hand for it. Like, I cash flowed it and it was fine. And it was just because I had a sinus surgery. Like, it wasn't even really an emergency. It was just something that I had been dealing with for a while. And I finally just bit the bullet and had the surgery. And I didn't even save up for it because I wasn't financially responsible even just a few months ago. But like, I was fine. So I'm kind of thinking that this is just really like unnecessary for me to have. Like, if I absolutely, for whatever reason, needed my entire deductible in a moment's notice, I could withdraw this from my taxable brokerage or from my HSA, or take it out of other savings categories if I absolutely needed it in cash right then. So I'm kind of thinking what makes me comfortable is to actually give this money different jobs. So I think I'm going to just delete this medical deductible category. Let's just go ahead and delete it right now. There's money currently assigned. Yeah, delete that. Now I have all this extra money to fund towards these savings goals. And this is what was giving me anxiety about moving out this year, is that I have all these savings goals. I really want to beef up like my emergency fund and my technology replacement fund and having money for car repairs and entertainment. And now I'm just kind of thinking like I can just finish all of these out and just start like front loading my 2024 investments and just get myself in like the perfect position to be able to move out by like February, March, April of next year and be like perfectly comfortable about where I am, because I've like all of my savings goals are right there. I don't need to be funding those as much like when I'm looking to move out, or even like after I move out. Everything will be kind of funded. I think that's what would make me the most comfortable. So with that being said, let's go ahead and finish out my apartment fund. I wanted 6,000 in there. And that's going to be for, security deposit, first and last month's rent, moving truck, if I hire movers, and then whatever's left over I can use for furniture or like application fees, anything like that. I think this will be good. And then let's go ahead and finish out. So this emergency fund, the purpose of this was I wanted to have a 3-month emergency fund where I could pay 3 months of expenses should I like lose my job, I guess. I guess that's the purpose of it for me. So I'm expecting my living expenses to be $2,500 around there when I move out. So since I'm already going to be a month ahead in YNAB, I only need another 2 months set aside down here. So that would be $5,000. So let's go ahead and finish that out. And then that's fully funded. Like I have a fully funded, well, not quite yet, because I haven't quite built up that $2,500 in my next month fund, but I will be there by the end of next month or February. Like that's the plan. I could finish it out today, but I'd rather finish out a lot of these savings goals and see where I am. So let's go ahead and I want a $1,500 fund for my laptop and a new phone if I need one. And now that's fully funded. Like I don't have to contribute to this anymore unless I spend from it. So I'm going to go ahead and change this to a savings balance to keep it at $1,500. And I'm done with that. And I'd like to get I would like my car repair fund. I think $2,000 is a great amount to have in my car repair fund. So let's go ahead and change that to a $2,000 balance. And now that is fully funded. And then I would like to give myself a little bit of a boost in my car replacement fund. I'm not expecting to buy a car until hopefully 5 years from now, but you just never know. So I would like to have money on hand for at least a good down payment. But ideally, I would want, $10,000 to $15,000 in here by the end of 5 years to be able to buy a new car. But it would make me more comfortable to just have a decent down payment even by the end of next year. So let's go ahead and give myself $1,000. That feels really good to have that started. And then I can fully fund my UFTA fund. I would really like to have $250 in here for, this is like a mini emergency fund. Like if I got a really big traffic ticket, or if I totally forgot to budget for something, or if I like accidentally went to an out of network doctor or something and owed a lot more for whatever reason, like just a more like accessible emergency fund, because this one to me is like, I'm never gonna touch this. But this one is more like, whoops, forgot to budget for that type of thing. So I think I'm just going to keep that at $250, and that feels good. Like, that's fully funded. And then unplanned travel, this is for more like necessary but not necessarily fun travel. So like if someone passed away, if I have to go to a funeral, or if I need to help someone move, or if I just need to travel and be with someone, that is not necessarily like a fun vacation. That's what this is for, so that I don't have to touch my fun money for something that is maybe not so fun. So I'm gonna go ahead, I think actually 200 is decent to have in there, because I also have a lot of credit card, like Chase travel points. I have close to like $1,000 that I can use in my Chase rewards portal for travel. So I also have that to fall back on if I needed to buy like hotel or plane or car rental, stuff like that. So this would be more for like anything else I might need, or if I wanted to pull the fees out of there as well, that's fine. But that just feels good to have that set aside for those instances. So I'm gonna go ahead and change that to a savings balance as well. And now that's fully funded, and I can delete this. And then visitors, this is for when I move out. I'd like to have money set aside for when people come and visit me, so I can be a good host and take them to my favorite restaurants, or, just beef up the groceries in the house before they come, stuff like that. I'd like to have money set aside so that I can just be a good host. So let's go ahead and fully fund that, and we can turn this into a savings balance. And now that is completely funded as well. And then this biggie support, I should explain this. My ex and I had guinea pigs, and when I moved out, he was the one who kept them. And so this is for, we agreed that he would just take over the full, care of them, but I would contribute if they need to go to the vet for whatever reason. So that's what this piggy support is, $250 for like if they need any medical care. And then let's go ahead and give myself some fun money too. So I definitely, I have a lot of ear piercings, and I'd like to get more. So let's go ahead and beef that up to 75. I also have a nose piercing that I got earlier this year that I'd like to change into a hoop soon. It's currently a stud right now, and I want a cool hoop. So I'd like to do that in the new year. And yeah, this is feeling really good. Let's go ahead and fully fund, like we're going to fund all of these. So I'd like to have $100 in generosity. So this is going to be more for like if I go out to eat with my parents, and we usually each pay for ourselves, right? But I can randomly be like, you know what? I got this, and take it out of my generosity fund. So I like having that money, and we'll keep that as a savings builder. But it's nice to have it, $100 right now, fully funded, that I could do that. And then gym equipment, we're also going to keep this as a savings builder, but again, let's just beef this up. And now I have $100 that I could get like either new workout clothes, or like I power lift. So I did recently buy a new lifting belt that was about $300. I might need some new shoes, or knee sleeves. So it'd be nice to have that money on hand for myself. And then I also do film photography. So I have this film fridge category. This is for me to buy film or developing chemicals or money to send my film out to a lab to be developed, or buying new cameras, stuff like that, anything pertaining to that hobby. So let's go ahead and beef this up to 100 as well. And I will also keep the savings builder on that, but I can take out the $100 from the name. And then compassion, again, let's get that up to 100. And this is for, like, I used this a couple of months ago to buy a sympathy card for someone that I was pet sitting for because their parent passed away. So I left them a sympathy card, and if I want to contribute to like a GoFundMe, if someone was in an accident, it's more for that sort of thing. So let's also keep that as a savings builder, but now I have $100 set aside for those instances, which feels really good. So we'll go ahead and delete that. And then for clothing, I have $400 as my goal, but like, I really don't buy that much clothing. I did just buy a pair of jeans, and I think I want to buy a pair of shorts before summer, and then possibly go to the thrift store and do kind of a little thrifting closet makeover. But I think 250 would be good for now. Oops, minus 80. So now I have $250. I'll just keep the savings builder on there. I think that's a good amount for the month. Yeah. But we'll delete this target that I had in the title. Great. And then I have this fund, big ticket. This is for concert tickets or going to a play, going to a big show that just like hurts your wallet a little bit more to buy the tickets. So I'd like to have money on hand for that, especially for next summer when I'm like most definitely likely, yeah, more than likely to not be living at home anymore. And I want to do more social stuff, have more experiences. I would like to have $750 on hand. Whoops. So plus 400. So now I have that fully funded. I might actually just change this to $10 a month now, just to keep building it up a little bit. But 750 was like the ultimate goal to reach first. So I still have all this money left over. Yeah, I just think it just feels a lot more realistic for me. Like there was no reason to have that medical deductible just sitting aside, and like I would realistically just never touch that because that's the job that I gave it. And I wouldn't, like I said, I wouldn't touch that money anyway because I cash flow my normal like doctor's appointments, and I don't go to the doctor that often anyway. So just personally for me, it just didn't make sense for me. Because in a huge emergency, I can touch any of these other things or take it out of my like taxable brokerage or you know, something like that. Like I'll be able to find the money. I don't need to like bury it and never touch it for something that is likely like not gonna happen. So down here is my financial degeneracy capsule. This is a wish farm of sorts. It's not that active. I usually just kind of jot down if I have an idea in bed late at night, like, oh, that would be nice to have. Like if someone gave that to me right now, that'd be cool. But like, I don't necessarily need to go buy it for myself. I'll just jot it down here, and like never fund anything. But I feel like I need to treat myself a little bit. I've been so frugal this year. Like, I really should do a video recapping what I like my whole financial journey of 2023. But I basically almost doubled my net worth, like pretty much doubled it this year because I really got serious about my finances, and I've been so frugal and penny pinching and never bought things for myself, which really helped, but like that's not sustainable. Like you do need to experience life, and like I'm wearing shoes right now that are completely falling apart. I need to replace them. So I'm just going to go ahead and fund this for myself. I'm still going to like sit on it and think about it. And, but yeah, at least I have the money set aside for these shoes should I want them. And then actually I can go ahead and delete this nice luggage category, because when I traveled to, I visited my family in Minnesota. That's where I'm originally from. I'm living in Tennessee now, by the way, for anyone new. I live in Tennessee. But I'm originally from Minnesota. That's where most of my family is. And so we went there for Thanksgiving, and that's when we also celebrated Christmas. And when I landed, I noticed that my bag that I checked was kind of destroyed. And I went and filed a claim. Hot tip, I didn't know this. My dad had to tell me. I was just kind of complaining to my dad, like, oh, my luggage is ruined. Like, that's the risk you take with traveling, I guess. But he was like, oh, go file a claim with baggage. Sorry, I said that so Minnesotan. Baggage. Does anyone else say bag besides okay. Baggage claim? Baggage claim. Neither of those are correct. But anyway, he told me to go file a claim, and I did. And they let me pick out like a brand new piece of luggage, like a really nice one that was retailing for $150. And my original luggage that I had damaged, I had bought like 13 years ago at Walmart for like less than $30. So that was pretty nice to get a brand new piece of luggage, because it was on my little wish farm down here, and now I don't need to buy one. And the best part is my other luggage is still usable. It was just like the outside pocket that kind of got ripped. So I just can't really, I mean, I could probably like sew that maybe or glue it, but I could just not use it. And like the rest of it still functions. So I still kept that luggage. Like I'm not going to throw it away. But it was nice that I got a free piece of luggage. So hot tip. Examine your luggage after you travel and file any claims for any damage that you find, and you might get a replacement. I didn't know that you could do that. So yeah, I think maybe I'll just go ahead and fund. I'm not sure how much new knee sleeves would be for my powerlifting. We can just go ahead and fund that 120. And then, yeah, I'm not really, okay, this little period is bothering me. But yeah, I'm not really in too big of a hurry for anything else. So that means that I could go ahead and put, do I want to do this? Let me think about this. Oh, I just remembered. Okay. I do need to fund my health insurance, and I need to change the target. So I did just get a new plan that starts in February, because this health insurance plan was February to February. So my new one starts in February, and it's going to be $280 after I did it through the health insurance marketplace. So it's originally a $400 plan, but with what I'm expecting my adjusted gross income to be, they gave me basically $120 a month credit. However, my income goes like up every year, which is good, but it also means that if at the end of next year, if I made more than what I thought I would make, then I'm going to owe some of that credit back. So I think I'm going to budget, let's just put an extra $100 in there to have for next month, and I'll budget the rest next month. And then so let's change this. Yeah, 300. Maybe this is just something I'll look at next month, but at least I have the $100 there. And now I think that's what I want to do, guys. Like, this feels good to me. I have a 3-month emergency fund. I have a car repair fund. I think I'm going to go ahead and put $2,000 more into the market. And gosh, I feel like I need to give myself a little bit more like fun money. Travel is fun. Let's get this to 600. And then I mean, honestly, that's really, oh, you know what? I do want $10 in consumables. I need a couple things. And then let's go ahead and give myself, let's build up a little bit of an entertainment category. Yeah, I'm happy with this. And then we can throw the rest of this into my next month fund. And that's it. Thank you so much to everyone who has subscribed. I didn't expect this many so quickly. I thank you so much for coming along with this journey. Thank you so much for watching to the end if you did. I know I talk a lot. But yeah, I guess that's it. I'm really excited for 2024. And I hope you guys all have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Okay, bye.